Hello, this is your RPG Archivist, and long time no see. I have, of course, as you know, I have reduced my time on YouTube to hobby instead of actually trying to make an effort to make something of this channel. I'm just gonna do it. I'm doing it for fun now, so that's why you haven't seen me in what was it, been 3 months now? Been a while. Been a while, but something's happened. I had a really interesting weekend. I'm actually going to make two videos out of this instead of dropping on Friday like I usually do. I'm just going to drop them a couple days between each other and see what's what. So what did happen? Well, two things. Free RPG Day and Comic-Con Beaumont. But today I'm going to talk about Free RPG Day, and as you know, I can't go into a comic store without buying something, and I don't think I have this Conspiracy X Game Master screen. It's uses the Unis system, and I don't think I ever picked this up, and it's sealed, so I could probably use this for a future video if I felt like it. Assuming I could get myself from playing video games all day. That's one of the reasons you guys haven't seen me. So, anyway, Game Master Screen Conspiracy X. I'm just showing you what I picked up. Nothing major. Hopefully that'll be fun. But now for the main event. Every time I go to a free RPG Day event, I'm always, I don't want to be greedy. I don't want to get everything, but there's always, people don't pick up stuff quite as much as you'd think. And in the end, I always end up getting, from now on, I think I'm just going to pick up one of everything. But like I said, some comic stores, some places that do the free RPG Day event, they have different rules, different standards. Some of them require that you make a purchase, and others say, okay, you can only have one item per customer, or two or three or whatever. It's all different in every place. Over there, it's basically, yeah, grab something. Okay. So I did. Some of this is old, because this from previous free RPG days. I'm pretty sure this is from a previous one. Oh yeah, you might have noticed it's October. So yeah, they had to push it back. Yeah, this is 2020. So they pushed back the free RPG Day event to October. And you know what? I think I like it better in October. I do. But, you know, spring, October, either way. But let's see. This is kind of a magazine, level 1. I'm not sure what this is. Indie RPG Anthology. So I'm hoping that this is an anthology of role-playing games. Let's see. For different systems. Let's see. Role-playing. The way you want it. Easy, story-driven, character-focused, player-facing, horrifying. Huh. Just gonna flip through these. So, I don't know anything about this. It looks like it'd be interesting to read. Sentinel Comics. I wonder if that's core rulebook. Yeah, it is. It's a RPG. But this is an old one. This is the new one. Level 1, Volume 2, 2021. There we go. And I got a picture of a wolf in sheep's clothing. That's funny. Somebody ought to turn that on its head someday and have a sheep in wolf's clothing. Flip. Let's see, what's this? When swords cross, hearts race. Thirsty. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Wasn't expecting that. Try to keep it somewhat family friendly, even though I've managed to drop a word or two sometimes, unfortunately. So I don't know how to curb my potty mouth. Well, maybe this is one I should look at later. Wasn't expecting that. Anyway, Junior Brave Survival Guide. This is for kids on bikes. And this right there, powered by Kids on Bikes. And I don't know if this is an adventure. Probably is. Oh, it's a quick start. You gotta love quick starts. I love quick start. Every quick start should give you like basic rules to play and then just a nice quick scenario. Like the art style in Kids on Bikes. I actually did read the Kids on Bikes book to do a review on it, and I didn't do it. Oh well, maybe someday. I'd really like to play it though before I do a read. I don't want to do a read-only review sometimes. Sometimes I actually want to play. Vast Grim. Ooh, that's a nice cover. Obviously sci-fi. It's got my attention. It's got a little adventure in here. Very quick, too. And of course, we've got advertisements, too. Very good. Now, somebody told me that this is like a hidden gem of what's up here. I've seen commercials for Humblewood on the internet, particularly from one YouTuber who does animation. God, I forget the guy's name. I can't believe I forget his name, but he does something called the Animated Spellbook. I remember seeing him talk about, pretty sure it was him talking about Humblewood. Let's see, the Wake Worm's Fury. That's the title of this. I guess that's an adventure. And there are cards involved. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to at least enjoy looking at the pretty pictures. And then there's this. Into the Heart of Daco. And this is a Humblewood. These don't look like this. Like, now there's a bird, but then there's this frog guy. I thought Humblewood was all about birds, but I don't know. Wow. You know, I would have thought that most free RPGs would have been like on cheap paper, you know, black and white, but and they're really trying to catch your eye on these. It's all glossy, full color, great art. Humblewood 2. Okay. I haven't gotten to one yet. What's this? Big Bad Booklet Zara Harlow? Huh. It's a Hit Point Press. What is this? Interesting. Huh. Is this another adventure? And if it is, for what? Definitely doesn't look like Humblewood. The art style is completely different too. I'll be honest, I like this art style a little better. The more comic-y looking, comic book looking. I'm more partial to that kind of an art style. Huh. Tussin Tanner? Okay. I'll have to look into this. Every adventure needs a big bad. Guess it's a book on enemies. Pardon me. This one I just picked up because this is a quick start adventure, and then you're like, yeah, well, I know you've got Dragon of Ice Fire Peak already, and that's basically your starter kit. But let's say you have dice somehow, and you want to give D&D 5th edition a try, and you've got this quick start only has Nomengard in it. And that's one of the better adventures in the Dragon of Ice Fire Peak. In fact, it's one of my favorites in that one. Really enjoyed Nomengard. You can look at my previous videos when I was talking about Dragon of Ice Fire Peak. Did I finish that series? I don't remember if I finished that series. It's been that long. Oh, geez, it's gonna suck if I go back and look at my channel and I realize I didn't finish it. Oh my gosh. Now, this is the reason a DM might want to pick this up. Not necessarily for the quick start, but for these pre-gen characters. So we got some pre-gen characters, got a half-elf cleric, and a half-elf monk. I don't know what it is. A lot of people really like doing half-elves when they first play, especially young people. Half-elf wizard. Huh. Lightfoot halfling rogue. There's quite a number of hill dwarf fighter, a dragonborn fighter. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, just by looking through the pre-gens in this quick start, the rarest race in all of Dungeons and Dragons is in fact the human. They may say that tieflings are the uncommon race that you hardly ever see, but let's face it, when you're running D&D, how many people play human? I don't know why. It just didn't seem like you get a lot of human players in Dungeons and Dragons. Anyway, let's see here. It's a Pathfinder. I don't know if this is an old one or new one. It's a level 1 for Pathfinder. It might be an old one because, and this is interesting. I got the look like little animated toys here. I'm getting vibes of an old Ravenloft adventure. I think it was called The Created off of this. This, of course, it has my favorite D&D mook enemy, the kobold. Gotta love kobolds. They're fun. Do I even want to bother, though? Let's see. Yeah, I'll flip through it real quick. A little quick adventure. I like, this is the way all adventures used to be. Just a little booklet right here, not these full, almost campaign settings. Actually, some of them are just straight up campaign settings. Now, take note, this one says Pathfinder 2nd Edition. And isn't me, is it too shiny? Too shiny, too much shiny. I don't know if I'm going to be able to... is that better? No. I'll try this for a bit. Maybe that would be a little better. Is it me, or are hags just the thing to do lately? It seems like every other adventure has a hag in it. And, I don't know. I've never been a fan of the hag, but I can see they have some promise. But yeah, this one's the 2nd edition, so I guess between the two, this is probably the newest. It's funny because I'm really not interested in Pathfinder, but there were so many on the table. I was like, I may as well. I might read it, and who knows, I may end up running it. Now we go. Here we go. We go into Talisman. Actually, let me come back to this one. I'll come back to this one and you'll understand in a little bit why. Let me see if I can't get that buried. I'll just set this one aside. And here we go. Well, that's another one I could actually. Warhammer Roleplay. So I guess they've got a new role-playing game coming out for Warhammer. Maybe it's already out and I don't know it. Looks like it's the New World, because I think these are those Stormguard you hear about. Yeah, Warhammer Fantasy. They've been around for a while. Ooh, an underground city. Always fun. It looks underground. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't, I don't know. And yeah. Was it Storm something Eternals, I think is what they call themselves. Not as much art as I expected more art. Okay. Guess this. Yes. Anything by these guys is usually good. And I love this cover. I love it. I love it. Can I back this up just a little bit? That looks so awesome. It's a 7th level adventure module. Uses 5e. Too bad it's not Dungeon Crawl Classics. Oh man. New Dungeon Crawl Classics would have been nice. Yeah. Sunken Temple of Set. So, yeah, they have a line called, I think 5th Edition Fantasy, is it what it's called? 5e Fantasy? It's basically 5e adventures done in an older style. It's what Dungeon Crawl Classics was before they made their own game. So if you find the older Dungeon Crawl Classics, they're like for 3rd edition, 3.5 edition. And then they switched over to their own home system for Dungeon Crawl Classics, but they still made other adventures. I think that's how that went. Could be wrong. Give me a second. I'm about to cough. Pardon me. Okay, this I know nothing about. Essence 2 role-playing system. Did you? I didn't even know there was an RPG for these these franchises. Yeah, you know who their target market is, I guess. This doesn't look like any of those. This looks like maybe their own world. Interesting. Alright. Yeah, man, I got a big stack. You know, I think this may well be the biggest stack I've ever gotten from a free RPG day. Actung Cthulhu. This is a pulp adventure style RPG set in a Lovecraftian universe, but it's got a lot of pulp stuff to it. So, yeah. Flip through this real quick. What is Actung Cthulhu? And I hope this is an adventure, not just... Yeah, yep, that looks like an adventure to me. Fun. I like pulp. I like the pulps. Victoriana. This is one I've seen on shelves like a bazillion times, and I've almost picked it up. And this is another adventure. And I've got enough adventures to last a year here in this stack. I'm almost certain. Speeding it up a little bit because I'm hitting the 20-minute mark, and I don't like hitting 20 minutes, but I got a lot to cover. Starfinder. Got these little weird thingies. Okay. That's kind of cool. Alright. Dune role-playing game. I said I'd believe it when I see it, and I've actually seen it. There is a Dune role-playing game. It's at my friendly local gaming store. I would have never thought in a million years that they can make an RPG out of Dune. Not that it doesn't have a rich, amazing world, universe, but because, I don't know, Dune doesn't strike me as... I don't know. I'm not sure how you would pull off a Dune adventure without your typical exploration. You know, like I don't know. I might not know. It may be that I don't know what I'm talking about. But here's a Dune quick start guide, and I am curious. I would love to give this a try and see if I'm wrong. I do have a feeling I may be wrong here. Because it's like, this would be a universe I'd want to play in, but I'm not sure I'd be able to pull it off. It's a Modiphius game, I believe. Modiphius is a 2D20 game. I think this is one of Modiphius's games. Let me look on the inside cover. I could be wrong. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure. So don't quote me on that. There is a Dune RPG out there. I think I might actually have this from a previous year. But yeah, Star Trek Adventures. A little quick start guide there. It's got an adventure in it. And boy, that franchise has switched hands more than any sci-fi franchise that I could think of. You know, more than Star Wars. You know, more than anything that I could think of. Because I know there's at least 3 companies that have had their hands on the franchise. Now I want to talk about this. All right. There has been... I noticed in something interesting here. Tell me what these titles have in common. Talisman. Zombicide. Keyforge. Twilight Imperium. And Root. I'll give you a second. What do they have in common? They were all other games before they became role-playing games. Which I think is interesting, because I have a game called Wizard's Quest, a really old bookshelf game, and I thought, wow, man, that would be cool if they made that into an RPG, but there was even less to go with than these guys. But Talisman, I'm not surprised about this one. I think this one has been an RPG at some point. Or maybe the board game is the RPG. I don't know. But I've seen the board game, and now they made the world into a tabletop game. Zombicide. I hope to pick up the new Zombicide, the 2nd edition Zombicide. It's got all those nice miniatures that I could have fun painting, and I'm curious to see how this works out. I always found that Zombicide is just nice bright colors, but not so bright that it doesn't look like a zombie game. That guy wearing a Watchman pin? He sure is. Okay, and Keyforge, of course, is the new, well, fairly new. It's a couple of years old now. It's an up-and-comer in the collectible card world. It's got Genesis down here. That tells me that it uses the Genesis system. So, interesting. I haven't played the CCG. I've been avoiding CCGs because I dropped so much money on Magic the Gathering, and now I'm not playing anymore, and I need to do something. Twilight Imperium. I've heard great things about the board game. This is a board game that goes way back. And, oh, another Genesis adventure. Interesting. Very interesting. Alright. And Root, I've seen that one floating around as well. There was actually 2 of these. There was another one, but it disappeared before I got a hold of it. Which is fine, because I have more than enough content. 25-minute mark. Boo. Very nice. But, yeah, they made that into a tabletop role-playing game. Remember the last time I did one of these videos? It was how to paint a bookcase. Well, this is a how to build a boss fight final chamber. And like, okay, I probably don't need it, but you know, I'm gonna have a look-see. Army painter. Oh, it reminds me, as one of the door prizes I picked up, it's the bookshelf from last year. It's like the how to paint a bookshelf. Yeah, well, look at that. Bookshelf. Huh. Yeah. And I saved this one for last. Why? Because I didn't just pick up a bunch of free swag. I actually got to play Blue Rose Quick Start. I always knew I would like this game, and sure enough, I played this game and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm not going to do any spoilers. I went and bought 3d6 because you need 2 of one color, 1 of another, because that's your stunt die. And you would roll, and let's see, I got 2 2s and a 4. This is excellent. So you got 2 2s and a 4. This is your stunt die. You got doubles here. If you got doubles, it doesn't matter what color the doubles are on, but if you have doubles, that means your stunt die triggers. And you take the points off the stunt die, and you go and look through the little chart and see what you can do and pick and choose. And it's a neat system. This might actually, this has the potential to supplant my love of Unisystem. It really does. I had a great time. I played this guy in the back. He's actually not, it was like, here he is. Well, actually her. But I guess I didn't play her very well because everybody thought I was playing him as a he. But that's okay. It didn't matter. This is a rye badger. So there are these creatures in Blue Rose. They're called Raiden, and if you play one of those, you are an animal that has the power to communicate with other people. They're more intelligent, but they're not furries. They're not anthropomorph. So my rye badger was a badger. I played a badger. No armor, no weapons, no tools, just a badger who could talk. And I had a great time. I never thought I would enjoy playing just a woodland animal as much as I did. Great fun, but you're not all playing just rye animals. There are other races. There are your elf equivalents and your orc equivalents. No dwarf equivalent that I know of, but in this is, of course, humans. And I played it, and it was a fun adventure, and maybe I'll run this someday. And I'm going to read through it and see what's what. Had a good time. I may buy the core book for this. I always had a feeling I would like this, and I was not wrong. Oh, this is going to be the longest video. I'm just about to hit the 30-minute. Boo. I'm not going to split this into 2 videos, though. I already have a second video I'm going to do for the Comic-Con. And here we go. I picked up some dice, some sample dice. These will probably go into my massive bag o' dice. But this is the thing. Oh! I won this for a door prize. Yeah. I was very surprised that I had managed to win something. Cool. These are miniatures on sprues. I think they call this the cottage encounter. Let me look at this. Yeah, Grim Cottage Encounter. Got a little gingerbread man, and you got a couple hags and cauldron, and you put these all together. Huh. Interesting. Oh, that's one hag. Okay. And this sprue has the exact same thing. I'm wondering if... What is that with it? Is that a keychain? What is that? Oh, this one has a second sprue of things that this one doesn't have. No, this one has it too. Huh. I'm going to have to put these together to see what I'm looking at. But yeah, I got a couple of sprues of creatures, and is it me? Did I not mention that hags seem to be a thing right now? And that's definitely a hag miniature. It's a little hag, yeah. And this is the cottage you get to put together. Nice, thick cardboard. This is a framework thing. I guess this is what it's supposed to look like when you're done. And then there is a little play mat. I have two of them. Looks like I have doubles of everything. I wonder if they meant to do that. Well, no. These don't look entirely the same. Oh. This is Rotting Corpse. Okay. I guess it's the name of the tile. Oh yeah, I got another cottage in here. Yeah, it's basically doubled. I don't know if they realized that there was like two of everything in here. So yeah, more miniatures that I need to pursue doing. You know what, as long as I have that out, I have a floating miniature around here somewhere I need to throw in there. Nah, I'll have to look for it later. Anyway, this is going to be a nice quick... I knew it wasn't going to be a quick video. I knew it wasn't going to be quick because I had just too much stuff just to go through. Sorry I couldn't give you much more detail on that. That Blue Rose one, I would like to go into more... I don't know if I'll actually do it, but if I do, I'm going to go into more detail on that adventure. I had a good time playing Blue Rose. And uses the age system, fantasy age, more specifically, but I think that the core rules are actually in the core rule book, so you don't have to buy a separate system. Unlike Titan's Grave, where you have to buy the age system separate from the book, which is one that I have. I have it. I've got Titan's Grave, but I don't have the age system, which is hilarious. Anyway. This has gone too long. This is your RPG Archivist, and see ya.